Hello and welcome to Women in Business. I'm Natasha Jacobs. Now tonight we're coming to you from the Feather Awards at Melrose Arch in Johannesburg.
The Feather Awards was established by the female tribe back in 2008. It celebrates the extraordinary women of South Africa and the meaningful contributions they have made in the areas of community, career, entrepreneurship, inspiration, courage and the lives of others.
So last year, it's horrible to make a comparison, but we had fewer women and lesser known women. I mean, this year we have tremendous women. We've got Sane, we've got Yvonne Chaka Chaka, we've got tremendous nominees. So I'm very excited, and it was really tough to choose a finalist amongst them and then ultimately to choose a winner. We were hard pressed. And the women are also so tremendous, other than just those famous women, you know. The thing for the Feather Awards is ordinary women leading extraordinary lives. And I don't really like the term ordinary because, you know, I've never actually met an ordinary woman. So all of these women are fantastic for whatever they've done, for taking giant leaps in their own lives, of changing lives of others. They really are tremendous women here this evening.
Chief Oracle of the female tribe, Tanya Magales, told us more about this prestigious gala event.
All right, Tanya, now this is the second year that the Feather Awards is taking place. Now, what are some of the lessons you learned from last year and what are you expecting from this evening?
I must tell you, I'm so excited for it being the second annual Feather Awards. It's a dream come true. I learned a lot last year. Last year, it was a dream. And suddenly it was there. And I remember thinking, what were you thinking? And it was such a wonderful experience. What I've learned was that obviously because it was a creative concept and it was the first time, there were a couple of logistic elements that obviously I couldn't have known. So I think the biggest learning came from logistics, the run of the program, extra hands needed, not trying to do everything yourself, you know, smallish things like that is really what I would say I've learned. And I'm expecting this to be a tremendous evening. I'm hoping to be more relaxed tonight. I've let go and I'm trusting a lot of people with different roles and they've really been awesome.
Since last year's award, we've gone through quite a tough recession, and with events like these very reliant on sponsorships, that's probably the first thing companies tend to pull back on.
Absolutely.
So can you let us in on your secret? How did you manage, despite all of that, to still pull this together?
I've always said from the beginning that because the heart of the Feather Awards is in the right place, magic happens. And again this year, I'm telling you, nothing short of magic and miracles. I've needed to be much more creative this year, that's definitely true. Financial sponsorship is not as readily available. I've needed to be quite creative. So what I've done is I've sought more sponsorship in kind than in cash. And also my anchor sponsor, my amazing anchor sponsor, after last year and the success of that has also increased the amount slightly. So that has helped me. I'm so honored to be working with them. So financially, yes, it was hard, but I think people are still keen to get involved for the exposure because the recession has also created the need for them to be marketed and not necessarily with the cash to do so. So going the in-kind route has worked for me this year.
Right, now there's a slight lineup change this year. You had 6 categories last year.
That's right.
It's been cut down to 4 this year.
Yes.
What was the motivation behind
So
that?
that is a big learning thing. I think that's the biggest change. After reviewing last year, obviously I did quite a bit of thinking on what I loved, what I didn't think worked so well. The 4 categories we currently have, I still feel encapsulates every one of the categories we had last year. I've combined entrepreneur and career women, which were separate categories last year. I've removed the women's women because I believe that we are all women's women. You know, we are all fairy princesses. And I've added an arts, culture and heritage category, which I felt was missing from last year's lineup. So those are the 4 categories then: entrepreneur and business icon, arts, culture and heritage, the heroine, just courageous woman from last year, and still the community builder and humanitarian.
What is the main goal or achievement you'd like to have with these awards?
The reason I started the Feather Awards was because I asked my tribe members 3 years ago to tell their stories. And these stories moved me so much, actually some of them to tears, and I realized that their stories weren't told, that they were unsung heroines. And that was the motivation initially for starting the Feather Awards and calling it the Feather Awards, as the feather is a writing instrument that has been capturing legacy throughout the ages. So that was the initial intention. to me, the excitement of the fact that we are continuing this legacy now and recognizing these extraordinary women in South Africa. And the exciting thing is, it's usually these uncut diamonds, these wonderful women that are doing wonderful things. When they get recognized, they're boosted to just take that next step. So that really, to me, is the driving force and the motivation. It's a non-profit event. Everyone always says, why do you work so hard? And for me, the personal reward, and I always find it at the finalist briefing on the day, when I see the girls and I see how it's touched and inspired and motivated them, it's all worthwhile.